Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this YEHUA wireless HD transmitter and receiver kit. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this supports 4K UHD video. It says office, home theater, no internet required, multi-devices mirroring. So let's get this open. Okay, so here's the manual. So here's the receiver. So this will plug into your TV or monitor as an indicator light, function button, on-off switch, 3.5mm jack, USB-C power supply port, HDMI and VGA output. Then we have the transmitter. This will plug in your device that's sending video. It has a function button, indicator light, USB-C power supply port, and HDMI. Here's hardware casting. It says combination of receiver and transmitter, plug and play. So you plug the transmitter into something like your laptop. The receiver could be plugged into something like a monitor. Here are the pairing instructions. So this will come to you paired, but if for some reason it became unpaired, you can follow these instructions to pair it back up. So you can pause here to read through that. This also supports software casting. It says if you use the receiver alone, please open the projection software in your mobile phone or computer to cooperate. It says please complete the internet configuration and the function settings first. It says Apple iOS system operating steps. Swipe the screen to enter the device control center. Click screen mirroring. Tick YEHUA-XXX device. For Android, it says turn on the screen mirroring function in the phone tablet. Search and connect to YEHUA-XXX device. The following is a reference for different brands of screen mirroring function paths. So this describes how to do it on different phones. And here's a Q&A. So let's take a look at the hardware here. So here's the transmitter. So this has a rubber ring on the bottom, has a button on top, and we have HDMI here. Here's the receiver. This feels metallic here, and we have a button on the side for on-off. On the back we have the antenna ports. We have headphone, USB power, HDMI, VGA. On the bottom we have vents and a reset. So I can peel this off here. There was a sticker. I don't think I got the film. Try that again. There we go, film off. So here we have a power adapter, and it looks like we have different cords. So I'm in the US, I'll use this cord here. I'll stick that in there and just turn it. And this adapter outputs 5 volts at 2 amps with USB-A. And here we have the different cords. We have a small HDMI cord here, and we have 2 USB-A to USB Type-C cables. And over here we have the 2 antennas. If I can get these out of here. So these will attach to the back of the receiver, like so. There we go. And this also has, it looks like UK and European plugs. So I'm going to try this out, plug this in with USB cable. I'm going to connect this to a monitor I have on my bench here, like so. This I'll plug into my laptop. So I'll readjust the camera here. Okay, I have it plugged in. So I'll turn the receiver on. So the light is blue on here now on the receiver. Okay, the light is flashing blue on the transmitter. So we have a screen, it says click to mirroring, and here we have the screen up. So this is working the same way as if I plugged the monitor directly into my laptop. Now obviously you wouldn't use it for this application, you would just plug the monitor right into your laptop. What this is for is this is if you had this somewhere else. So if I had a projector mounted to a ceiling, I could attach this receiver to it, and then I could have this floating around the room, and when someone wanted to hook their computer up to that projector that's out of reach, you can plug this in, and you don't have to have a physical HDMI cable to connect the 2 devices, because this is all free floating now, this laptop. So I could take this in another room and transmit to this screen. So this would be super handy for projectors, but there are many other uses for this. One that I've had in mind is in our bedroom we have a TV, but we don't have a DVD player hooked up to it. So if I ever wanted to watch a movie in there on a DVD, I'd have to take the DVD player out of our main media center and move it into the bedroom. Well, using this, I could hook this up to the TV and plug this into the DVD player and just leave it where it's at, and I could send that video to the TV in the bedroom. So I'm curious if there's any latency in this. So I'm going to go get a video game system and I'll set up a test scenario. Okay, so I have 2 monitors hooked up here, and it's going into a splitter. So the one on the left is directly connected to my Nintendo Switch, and the right one is connected through the HDMI transmitter receiver. So if I jump here, there is a tiny delay. There's a tiny bit of latency on the transmitter receiver. I'm going to try a different game now. Okay, so there's a slight bit of latency there, but it doesn't seem to be affecting my gameplay. But that's all dependent upon the game you're playing. If you're playing a game that requires very low latency, this may not be the best solution for you. Now, latency pretty much is only going to affect people that are doing gaming with this. If you're streaming a movie over this or doing a spreadsheet presentation, latency will be a non-issue because there's no way a person would notice the delay for those types of activities. So that's how you can connect up an HDMI device to this. So you could connect up laptops, DVD players, media devices, video game systems. There are many different things that connect with HDMI. You can also send video directly directly to this from different devices. And to do that, we need to set up internet on it. So on the screen here, it has an SSID and a passcode and an IP address. So I'm going to move over to the computer now. We'll punch those things into the computer and bring up the interface for configuring this. So I'm going to go to my Wi-Fi setup and I'll pick the YEHUA SSID. I'm going to ask for a password. I'll enter in the password and that's just 1234567 I'll hit join. Then I'll type the IP address in on my browser. So mine says 192.168.203.1. I'll hit return. And here it has a list of SSIDs on my network. So I'll choose one. I'll enter in the password. So once I have it set up, I want to switch my network on my computer back to my normal network. Okay, so now if I go to my iPhone, I'll swipe up from the bottom and I'll say screen mirroring. I'll select this device and it will mirror my screen here. Okay, so I can go to the home screen now. I'll go to a web browser. Here I have my website. If I turn it sideways, it will make it full screen. So to disconnect, I'll swipe up from the bottom and I'll tap it again and I'll say stop mirroring. So I can do this on my iPad also. So here I have a spreadsheet on my iPad and it's mirroring it on the monitor wirelessly. So this will not support doing things like streaming Netflix or Amazon Prime from the tablet, probably other streaming services like that, due to copyright protection schemes. So you can't use this to transmit Netflix from this to the monitor, but it works great for things like presentations. Okay, so I've connected it back up to my computer, and I do want to show that it will play videos from Netflix streamed from a computer. So if you have a laptop, you could hook the transmitter up to the laptop, hook the receiver up to the TV, and you could play movies on your computer and have them show up on the monitor or TV. So that's the YEHUA wireless HD transmitter and receiver kit. So a couple other things to point out is that the range on this is around 50 feet with no obstructions. This does support 4K video and it is dual band, so it works with 2.4 and 5 gigahertz when you're doing the mirroring from your devices. So that's nice. So if you have a really busy 2.4 gigahertz network, you can get this on 5. This also has the VGA out, so you can use this with older projectors that only have VGA, or you could use a VGA monitor. And it has headphones out, so you could hook some speakers into this, or an external audio system. Now you can pair 8 transmitters with 1 receiver. So if you're in a boardroom, say you had a marketing meeting and you had 4 different marketers and they wanted to all do their presentation, they could each have one of these plugged into their computer and then they would press the button to switch to their computer. So you have one of these hooked up to the main projector and then you have these hooked up to 8 different computers, up to 8 different computers, so you could switch between them. So that's a handy feature. So I think this is a really handy device. This could help where it's really difficult to run an HDMI cable like to a projector, or it could be as a cheaper option too, because running wires can be very expensive, especially long HDMI cables. With this, you would just mount this on the ceiling and then you could put this on the audio video cart, and then when someone's using a boardroom or something, they could just plug this in. Like I said, this could also be used other places. So you could hook this up to different devices, like in your house. You could plug this into your laptop and you could stream video to your TV. You could also use this in a hotel room. You could hook this up to the hotel TV and you could plug this into your laptop. So if you want to do some work or stream a movie to your hotel TV, this would be a great option for doing that. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.